Matt Plapp here with Create Your Own Radio Station, video number 6, chapter 5. If you're just tuning in, go to my YouTube channel, or if you're already on it watching this video, watch the prior ones. What I'm doing is I am writing a book, but in my own form. I am doing it via video. Then I'm going to have somebody transcribe each chapter from each video, and I'm going to put a book out. The book is Create Your Own Radio Station. It's a small business owner's guide to marketing, but it's also going to be a great tool for business professionals, salespeople that are looking at creating their own mark and not doing it for somebody else. So this all started with a long time ago when I bought the email, the website address, mattplapp.com, and I started using the email address, matt@mattplapp.com. Today's chapter is about personal branding, but more specifically, online personal branding, because I saw, for whatever reason back then, that I needed to brand myself, that I wasn't going to brand where I was at every step of my career, because I knew that I wasn't going to be somewhere for 40 years. I knew there was something different coming. I think I found it. Hopefully this is what I do the rest of my life. You never know. But for the past 4 or 5 companies I've worked with, for and as well as partnered with, my email address, my website address has been mattplapp.com, matt@mattplapp.com. If you look at my sleeve on my shirt here, mattplapp.com. I've used that for a while. And it was funny because early on a lot of people were blown away. How do you have your own email address? How do you have a website? They didn't comprehend it. It wasn't a big complicated thing. It was actually pretty simple, as you all know by now. But 10, 15 years ago, early on in the internet world, it was a big deal and people didn't understand it. So let's flash forward and talk about how you're presenting yourself online, because that's one of the biggest advantages of a small business, but it's also a hurdle that a lot of people still haven't gotten over. I can't tell you how many times I get emails from companies that is XYZ company at yahoo.com, at AOL.com, at whatever.com. They're advertising on their behalf, and there's a couple things that go along with that. One, you're advertising on somebody else's behalf. 2, you're kind of not violating rules, but you're hurting some of your online equity with regards to a lot of the email programs now want to see emails come from URLs that you're sending from, not an at Yahoo or an at AOL. There's a lot of programs that are blocking those nowadays. But I want to get more specifically about you and your brand and how it's perceived online and how it's tied in. So I always talk about this when you're a business doing email marketing, that your email marketing should come from how people know you. My company name is Driven Media Solutions. People know Matt Plapp. They don't know Driven Media Solutions. That's why my website has always been mattplapp.com, and my email, matt@mattplapp.com. And on my shirt, there's not a Driven Media Solutions logo. There's a mattplapp.com. On my business card, the most prominent thing is mattplapp.com. My Facebook is @mattplapp. My Twitter is @mattplapp. My LinkedIn is @mattplapp. My Instagram is @mattplapp. My YouTube channel is Matt Plapp. Long story short, everything is me or my brand. So when you look at your online presence, and as you're creating your own radio station, and we've talked about email marketing, we've talked about social media, we've talked about different ways to use your brand in marketing and build credibility in the last chapter, and how you should be presenting yourself, how you're selling, consultative versus closing. The biggest way you need to look at all that, though, is how is it all being presented the same way? I can just tell you this: you don't go to a store and see a Nike shirt and then a pair of shoes with a different Nike logo, and then a shirt with a different logo and shorts. It's all the same. There's continuity. One day I saw a billboard. I was driving down Ronald Reagan Highway in Cincinnati, getting ready to get on I-75, and there was a Target billboard. And the wildest thing was it didn't say Target. It had their logo. It had some stuff I identified with. Then at the very bottom it had Target.com, and it was pretty funny because that was small. But when I saw the branding and I saw their logo minus the word Target, I knew exactly what it was because they branded that logo. So when you're thinking about creating your own radio station, you got to think about everything. So if you're sending emails to companies or to individuals to buy from you, or consumers that are shopping with you, is the email coming from a company they identify with? I had a client one time that we were always sending emails before I started working with him, and when I started working with him early on, from his company, and they were doing okay. And I was sitting in his office one day, and I've done this before. I'll go in a customer's business and sit there and listen and watch. Well, this was a doctor's office. And so I'm in the lobby, and I'm on a laptop, and I'm working for 3 or 4 hours. And I'm just listening as people come and go, just kind of trying to hear conversation and just trying to absorb what's out there. And the big thing I noticed was that when everybody went to write the check at the counter, they would ask who to make the check out to, and they would mention the doctor's name. And they would say, no, you make it out to XYZ, the practice. And the people didn't know that. And I told the doctor afterwards, I said, one thing I took away from this, Our email should be coming from you, not the practice, because your customers identify with you. So think about that when you're looking at your online branding. Is your email address, your emails, how they're being sent from, in the from line when you're doing mass emails, when you're doing any email, do they match up with your website, and do they match up with what people know you as? And then at the same time, you look at your social media presence, your YouTube channel, your Facebook, your Snapchat, your Instagram, LinkedIn. Does that match up with your presence? Because that is a key element that you don't want to have confusion. You don't want to have brand confusion. You want to have people to identify with you. And the funny thing about my brand and my URL, it's actually become a nickname. Back when this was strange to have an email address and your website address for your name, a buddy of mine, Brandon, actually nicknamed me .com because he thought it was kind of funny that here I am, I've got my own website and people didn't have it at that point. So it's kind of stuck and people call me that, but it's humorous, but it's also great because that's how I branded myself, and everything I put out there is about me. I'm my brand. I've not let another company dictate what I am, whether I was in corporate America or other small businesses that I own. People know me. So that's chapter 6. Chapter 5, video 6, is talking about your online presence. Does it all match up? Get rid of the @AOL, @Yahoo, @MSN, whatever your email address is. Make sure your website is in line with that, but make sure all of it ties together. Color, look, feel, and especially the name. That's all I've got today. Hey, and if you haven't seen all the videos on this channel, I encourage you. If you look farther down, there's some videos my wife and kids upload. They love scaring the crap out of me. I'm easy to scare, and they're pretty funny videos because you'll see me get startled. They hide in dishwashers, they hide in clothes washers, they hide everywhere. Check them out. I'll see you around. Let me know if you have any questions. Matt @MattPlatt.